Hi, today I'm gonna show you how to take apart a 3x3 Rubik's Cube and put it back together. Okay, so first you'll have to loosen it. This cube's already pretty loose. In case you still need to loosen it, you pop out the center pieces. I just cut my fingernails, so. Then you can loosen and tighten it as you wish. You can also add lube and stuff. So anyway, you have to take it apart. You just have to loosen it, and then it should be loose enough that you can just pop things out. It's not loose like this one. You just got to 45 degrees. Pop the corner out, and then you can just continue. You'll retighten your cube and tension it later though, so don't worry. Okay, so once you take apart your cube, you'll end up with this thing. It's like the center of everything, and you might have like the centerpiece like these popping off because nothing's holding them back. If you want to start putting it back together now, if you have any lubes, I don't use this cube, but if you have lubes like these kinds of lubes, you can like insert any now. This is my main, and this is not a very good cube, but anyway, to start putting it back together, first you have to find one of these pieces, an edge. Then you insert it. You kind of just slide it in, and it might pop out. Then put it at the bottom. Next, you want to find, it can be at random, or you can try putting it all the right pieces. I'm going to use random. And you want to try popping some in. It doesn't really matter, it can be random because you're going to try solving it later and pop out the ones and flip them or move them around if they aren't in the right spots. So you should have like a cross. You can try solving like the correct way. And you want to add the corners, so now you should have, once you pop in all your corners, which they kind of should just slide in, kind of. Once you have all your corners in, it should make a pretty sturdy base, but not very sturdy. Okay, so you also want to make sure your center pieces are all properly pointing the right way. Okay, next you want to do the sides, which you kind of just pop them in and slide them in. The cube is really loose, but for most cubes, you kind of have to really jam them in there. You want to be careful when doing. See, like for example, this one's a little bit hard to pop in, but they should all eventually go back in. The last part might be might even be the hardest. You don't have to, you can like do in between the edges, do the corners. The corners are easier to pop in, so I'd recommend doing corners last, so. Like I said, the last piece is usually the hardest. And there you go. Everything's put in. And then you want to solve the cube, which I'll post a video later of how to solve it. And then as you're solving it, you'll notice like you probably should have some pieces that are misaligned. And it can be, you'll just have to pop them out later. Just get to like the right stages. pops a lot, so I'm not even gonna bother trying to speed solve, because I'll just have to put all this stuff back in. Yeah, and I think this is definitely wrong. Let's try the PLL algorithm. And you'll note, and for me, I've noticed all of my edges are in the wrong spots. Literally all of them. So you just want to pop your edges out. You might want to try popping out your corners first, and then it makes it a lot easier. I'm just going to redo my entire top layer, just because I broke my second layer. So you'll want to do everything as before, but put them in the right spots this time. You don't have to pop all of the pieces out unless you have a case like mine where everything's basically broken. Okay, now it's all solved. Okay, thanks for watching.